name is Olga. I am from the Bronx. I'm Puerto Rican, raised in the South Bronx. I'm originally from Tiffany Street. Now I've lived in Simpson Street, which is 2 blocks away, for most of my life. My mom and my grandmother came to the United States when I was about 1. We just grew up in the Bronx. I'm 55, so it was in the 60s, 70s. I was here for the burning Bronx. I grew up, I knew no difference how we were growing up and how poor we was, because I was enriched with family, so it just didn't seem like I was lacking of anything. I love the Bronx. The culture, the people, has so much history. I love the community. We all used to come together no matter what race, creed. I was really taken care of in the Bronx. You know, you respected pregnant women and children back then. So it was normal for me as a 8-year-old, 7-year-old to go to school by myself. As dangerous as the Bronx was, it was dangerous for everyone outside the Bronx. Not that the people that were part of the community and respected the community, you was protected, period. And that in itself was so special. And I think that's what made me so strong. The fact that we all got along. No one went out without food. You know, my grandmother fed the neighborhood, and she didn't have a lot. But she always said, add water to the rice, you can feed many people. You know, and she did. And she always taught me, feed your enemies. Don't ever say no to food. And I think that was my segue to working with the city with the homeless. And it was by accident. But I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. Had the fortunate to have big family. Everyone came here. And back in the day, neighbors in the community were extended families. That saying, it takes a village to raise a child, is absolutely true. I had great influence and support from everyone. I went to Pier 60, which is also in the South Bronx, in Fort Apache. I went to IS 116, and when I got to high school, I had a substitute teacher realize that I had talent because I would draw. I was extremely shy, painfully shy, and he asked if I would like to go to art school. I had no idea. And he bought the supplies, asked my mother if he can pick me up on Saturdays so we can look at sceneries. He took me to Central Park. I painted sceneries. He actually funded everything, had my portfolio. And to this day, I wish I knew his name because he was a substitute. He wasn't even my teacher. And I got accepted to art and design. And it was a perfect timing because I went to art and design in 1980. And that's where Carlos Mayer, Lady Pink, I was amongst major talent. And a lot of people succeeded and did very well. Graffiti was just part of the culture. We didn't see anything of it. I did a little bit of graffiti for the simple fact that who didn't? You wanted to be known. You wanted to be recognized. I wanted my mother to walk by and see my name. It was just part of the culture. It was nothing that was unusual for kids to tag. When I got to art and design and realized I was amongst graffiti writers, the talent, I took upon more interest in that. And I just saw Bill Blass, which was one of my classmates, and I gave him my flowers because I realized his letters were so awesome. And I took a lot of notes on the way he used to do his letters, and he was shocked when I saw him. I haven't seen him in 30 plus years. When I told him that, he didn't realize that. So he thanked me. But I had to thank him. I took it serious, and I was competing with boys, men. So that's one of the things that I always make sure I achieve. I don't want to be known as a female graffiti writer. I battle against men, period. So I want to be just as good, not because I'm a girl. The difficulty in graffiti is male dominated, period. Doesn't matter about your skill set at all, which it's unfortunate. I remember when Martha Cooper came to Art and Design and photographed Carlos and Lady Pink. Lady Pink was chosen. There was many female artists, graffiti artists in the school, but she was chosen. It's almost like rap. You have one woman and then they compete you against all the other women, but the men are not treated the same. They'll pick 5 men and 1 woman. But it was okay because at least she got in. That's the way we felt. Sometimes you're chosen like that. And they don't want to make rooms for more than 1 woman on top. And whatever on top is. So we don't get a lot. A few people asked me, how come you haven't made it? Whatever that means to you. I said, well, when I was in high school and I really got into doing graffiti and I saw Reed train go by with the Cheech and the Wizard, and that's when I started really getting into it. You have to be in a gang or crew so you can go at night and paint. I wasn't part of any crew or gang, and because I was still very shy, I wasn't in the popular group. And also, unless you dated someone, and that wasn't gonna happen. So I decided, well, I think from my background, everyone wanted me to do better than the next generation. I knew I was going to college. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. When I was chosen at Art and Design, because you are chosen 1 out of 8 or 1 out of 10, I knew I was special at that point. I was the only one in my neighborhood that went. I said to myself, if I made it here, I'm gonna continue going. And I remember one time I decided to tag on the train on my own, and I didn't realize how tall the trains are when you get to the tracks. I couldn't reach it. I said, well, this is not for me. Nope, I'll just continue to just, do the inside of the train, the walls or whatever. And then after that, I just wanted to do more. Art brought to me when I was younger confidence, because I was very shy. And that's one thing that I felt confident about. And that same shy little girl was not the same person when you talked about art or you asked me to draw something. So that became my confident booster, because I knew I was good at it. And I knew not too many people had that gift, because it is a gift. And that brought me to speak. It brought me to meet people, and also introduced me to the world that I probably wouldn't have had if it wasn't for art. I would advise young girls and women to fulfill their dreams. Don't be afraid. You're gonna hear no a lot. You're gonna hear, well, women don't. Or your ethnic background. Nah. I worked in corporate and I was the only person of color. And I heard a lot of no. But it didn't stop me. I graduated from FIT, graduated in August, and was a fashion designer, the leading fashion designer in June. No, June I graduated, August. And I was the top fashion designer for J. Crew, Lord & Taylor's, Bugle Boy, and then Men's and Boys. That's the majority of my 15 years as a fashion designer. They're gonna put stigma on you. One of the things that I unconsciously did, which Blanca kind of pointed that out on me when she gave me my solo show, is that my character, because I draw a character, I've always had a character of myself. She changes, but it's me. She's very strong, very powerful, has a badass attitude, and is sexy without revealing anything. Respect yourself. I've done that since I was young. I never had to date anyone to get in. I never had to do favors to get in. If you close the door, I put my foot in. If they still close it, it's not meant for you. Wait for the next. But keep your dignity. Don't sell out just because you're a woman, because you're gonna get that a lot. And for little girls, be powerful. It's okay. It's okay to be you. You don't have to wear makeup, you don't have to be pretty, but if you are pretty and you wear makeup and you're sexy in your own way, that's okay too. We are so varied, but they always want to pigeonhole us. Just be yourself. If someone says no, don't take it personal. You'll be okay. Definitely.